Alright, it's day number 78 or 79. I don't remember of my talking in front of the camera trying to enhance my ability to speak English and just improve my colloquial English. And today I'm going to talk about meetings and about communication. So let's just get started because to be honest, I don't really have a lot of free time. I have to go to the gym, then I have to go to another city. So let's just get started. So let's talk about meetings and communication. Do you often attend meetings? To be honest, not really, because the last one, important meetings that I had, it was about 2 months ago, I guess. And I don't think that it's really often. I have no reasons to. I have no meetings. Let's start that. I just have no meetings. If you are talking about something important, so no, I can't say that I visit it frequently. Alright, what kind of meetings do you usually attend? Bro, the several last times when I needed to attend the meeting, it was about solving some question about, for example, my living in Belgium, because I'm not how does it call citizen of this country, and I have to make some documents to update it constantly, so I had some meetings because of it, also because of several more questions. I just don't really want to talk about it, but it's like nothing really serious as I count, because for me a really serious meeting is when you run a business, you have meeting with some partners, and it affects something in your life. So do you prefer online meetings or face-to-face meetings? Why? To be honest, I rather prefer, of course, face-to-face meeting, and I really like to communicate with people in real life. It feels much more better. That's why I'm kind of hater of the system when you are studying online, when you can't visit traditional classes, because it's absolutely different perception of the lesson, of everything, and the same about the meeting. It's much more better to meet face to face with people, to drink a cup of coffee, and to talk about whole things. So of course I'd rather prefer meeting face to face over online meeting. Alright, have you ever had a meeting that was especially memorable? Not really. At least now I'm trying not to look for something in my memorizes, and nah, I can't say. It's like I don't really remember that I had something significantly special in my life that had to change something, or that was really at least memorable. So I don't really think so that I had some memorable memorable meetings. Alright, let's move on and describe a meeting or discussion you took part in. I got it. Alright. You should say what the meeting was about, who attended the meeting, what was discussed, and explain why the meeting was important or memorable. Bro, that's pretty strange, because I have just said that I had no special meeting to talk about it, like nothing memorable, and now I try to remember. Alright, I'm going to talk about the last meetings that I had. It was the meeting to solve one question, and I had to came to an office to meet with one person to talk and to solve several questions. So I did it, and the problem was that I couldn't speak English, because they don't understand English in Belgium. Mostly they're speaking French, and especially me, I'm living in the region when they're speaking French, so I have to learn French. and it's been about 9-10 months since I started to learn French. So I was able to understand almost everything that I heard. It wasn't like something hard. It wasn't like communication in English that I usually have when when the person with whom I'm talking, we use wide vocabulary or wide range of vocabulary, and it was kind of, we tried to speak French, and especially me, I really tried to do this, and it was really hard because my level, like A1, probably I know some words, I can somehow build my sentence a bit higher than A1, but generally my level like about A1. So despite of that, I was able to understand almost everything that I heard, and also I was capable of say a lot of things, even in a wrong way, but it was possible to understood me. And as a result, in the end of the meeting, I was told that my French is pretty good, including that I'm learning it only less than a year. So it was memorable just because it was hard to speak French. And I had to do it. I had to understand French. I had to speak that language, and what else? Yeah, and that's all. And also, yeah, that's all. All right. That's why this meeting like was memorable, because that's really hard to speak French, and it's something special for me, because I don't really feel comfortable during this conversation, because I can express my thoughts in fluent way. For example, even in English, sometimes when I can't say something that I would like to say, I am feeling really like not satisfied with that. So not to mention about French. So if my English like about B2 level, so my French top of my speaking is close to A2, So it's much more harder, and yep. All right, let's move on, and let's talk more about meetings in business and culture. Are meetings common for most businesses in your country? To be honest, I don't really know about most businesses in my country, but at least I can say from the experience of my dad. For example, he ran a business, and he really often had some meetings. For example, when we were in Ukraine, each week, each 2 weeks, he got to another city. He had to get another city to meet with someone, to solve some question face to face. And that's why I guess it's really common, because people who have some business, who wanna be partners, or who wanna interact with each other, they must understand who they're working with, like what is the person it is, can they rely on it, what kind of things do the person has to convince another one who want to order something, like the seller has some reasons why his product is special, why that person has to buy especially in this seller, and this kind of things. And the best way to solve all this in real life, when you can make a handshake, it's kind of handshake, when you can see each other, you can show your emotions, you can put on the back, or how it calls, I don't remember. All right, never mind. So I guess it's really common, and people usually who run some different kind of businesses there prefer to meet in real life with each other. All right, do you think meetings are a waste of time sometimes, or why not? Definitely not. If you have a meeting, if you agreed someone to meet somewhere, definitely you had a reason. Even if it wasn't successful, at least you got some experience. You can analyze it, process it, and try to understand what kind of things you did wrong, why this meeting wasn't successful, what happened, and anyway you are getting experience to communicate with people, to understand what do they want to get, what mood do they have, what desires do they have, and it's really useful. I don't really think that I'm talking mostly about the business, just if we're talking about meetings, because I don't know. By the way, yeah, no, I just realized. So if you are talking about business, it definitely isn't waste of time. But if you are talking about another meetings, I don't really think, anyways, that it's a waste of time. Just, just because. God, what are we talking about? Yeah, just because anyway, you are getting some info, you communicate with some person, and it's better to do something in regrets than don't do anything and regret. You know what I mean? So no, I don't really think that sometimes it could be waste of time. However, always there are some exceptions. So generally it's possible, but I don't really think so. So how could meetings be made more efficient? I don't know. I guess if both people they're prepared for this meeting and they're able to talk immediately, like instantly, about things that they have to talk about. They don't need to search some files, some documents to provide. You know, they prepared everything to show everything and to solve all questions that they would like to figure out. Yeah, like this. So if both people are prepared, it will promote the meeting to be more effective. You know, yeah, that's my opinion about it. Probably there are some more things, but it was the first opinion with which I just I've just come up. Alright, how has technology changed the way people organize and attend meetings? Um, at least I had question about it several minutes ago, like what do you prefer, meetings online or face to face? And as I mentioned, I of course prefer face to face meetings, but technology provides us ability um, to meet online, because as I mentioned, for example, again. The example with my dad, he when we were in Ukraine, he had to meet with some people there, but now we can do this. He can't do this because we were living in Belgium, and he has to do it online. And it's great that he has such opportunity to do it online instead of don't do this at all. So at least technology provided us an access to this kind of meetings, like online meetings, when you don't have ability to meet face to face. And also, for example, technology made it much more convenient because we're able to not to take a lot of files, a lot of documents with you. You can just pick up your phone, laptop, for example, and you have all files there. So you don't need to care about something. Did I take this? You have everything on your laptop. You have your website. You have all documents. You have all agreements. Everything you have online, not online, but on your laptop. Yeah, it's kind of online. So, and if you even meet face to face, and you don't need to care about each paper, because everything you have on your laptop, and it's it became much more convenient in the terms of meetings. Alright, are there cultural difference in how meetings are held in different regions of your country. Meetings are held. It's yes, how it conducts. All right. I don't really think so. I don't really think so because I'm not even sure about difference between countries. Not to mention about, for example, about Europe. Generally, if you're talking India, China, America, probably there are different difference. But if you're talking about Europe, I don't really think that there are some difference. To be honest, not to mention about regions. So I don't really think so. I know that in Ukraine there are some regions when people speak mostly Ukrainian language. Uh, Other regions when people speak mostly Russian language, and it's the only difference. You know, what language do they speak, and generally I don't know. I guess the same condition, the same process, and there are nothing tremendous difference between regions, because usually people meet like from different regions, so I mean between them might be distance in 800 kilometers, and if they had such difference between them, they would be absolutely different people with not absolutely, but with a bit different mentality, different perception, you know. And when they meet, they have both to held this meeting, and they do it in one way, not in two ways, in three ways, you know. So I don't think that there are difference, to be honest. All right, that's all for today. It's 17 minutes video. I pretty glad because of it, because I thought it must be faster. It might be faster, but it isn't, and I have to go. Thanks for attention if someone watched it, and see you next time.